Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good today. It's Saturday. Yay! I'm happy. I don't know about you, but I'm happy. It looks like I got some matcha tea on my desk. Hold on. It's been a bumpy ride this morning. Let's see. I didn't even finish my breakfast. I'm having a very fancy breakfast. Peanut butter and apricot jam sandwich on whole wheat. Don't mind me as I chew. I guess the first part of today's video is a mukbang. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me jump on here with you guys. Miss Teresa, how are you? Hey, Beth. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Elena. All right. I usually don't bring food in my craft room. I meant to eat that already. I've got my tea. And it's just right. Just gonna have my breakfast with y'all. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Angie. Hi, Jackie. Don't mind me as I sit here and eat. First things first. I'm so professional. First things first. Hi, Lydia. I have a Destash. Sparkle Heart worked so hard yesterday getting it ready for you guys. And it's up on my website. And it was literally 100 stamp sets and dies. Yeah, insane. I know. Jennifer, I was just starting my live video and I saw your comment. Like, if this is your Destash, I can't imagine what's left in your studio. Yeah, I'm insane. Certifiably. Not by any professionals, just by my craft hoard alone. So yeah, it's insane. But I have been doing this for 10 years, if that helps at all. And I've had a channel for 5 years. So, and I'm just crazy enough to buy all the stuff. So yeah. Yeah. Hey, Zane. Y'all, if I don't eat my sandwich now, you know what happens if you leave bread out? It gets all crusty and weird. I like it soft. I like soft bread. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all some of the Destash. Like I said, it's over 100 items, so we don't need to see it all. But, I don't know. It's just got all kinds of stuff in it. All kinds of brands. All kinds of seasons. It's got so much here. I'm just going to grab the first few things. I'm actually keeping it in order because I have it all numbered. So you'll see a number at the beginning of the Destash item, and you'll see the number that matches on the item. And that just is going to help me fill orders faster. I didn't do that last time, and I really regretted it. But like summer stuff, this is like golf, dad, encouragement. This one has a die. Lots of pets and critters. This catitude is hilarious. All the stamps are $5, regardless of what my insane self paid for them. They're $5. Stamps and dies the combos are 10. So Cheryl, it's at bittypenny.com. It's on my website, bittypenny.com. You go to my catalog and then you go to Destash, and it is seriously 10 pages long. Yeah. So that's my PSA announcement to you all. Now, my channel members have been shopping it early. I want to say thank you guys. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your orders and for being a channel member. I really appreciate it. It's mostly like a tip jar, but when I do release product, I always give them a code for 10% off usually. And I give them heads up first. So they get first dibs. It's just a perk of being a channel member. I got to do something for them. Okay, so that is that. Yeah, that's going on. Sparkle Heart worked like hours yesterday on that. Can't find on page. Let me pop a link in here for you real quick. And I'll take you directly to my Destash page. I'll put a link in there. It's Bitty Penny Crafts. You go to catalog and then you go to Destash. And there you will find all the goodies. Now there were some Destash stamp sets left over. Those aren't numbered, but they're there. There we go. Look at me adding links. Oh my goodness. Okay, but we're going to craft. So, you know, if you want, I'll enable you and you can shop my Destash. At least it's cheap. Cheap for you. I was joking with my husband about that last night. Which is good. Like, I'm glad to hook it up. I'm glad to get the stuff out of my space, get it into a new home. And yeah, so it's just a win-win. This stuff needs to be used. It needs to be loved. And I am finished with it. Okay, so that's that. Now, on to kind of regularly scheduled programming, I suppose. I need to clean up my mess from the other day. I haven't been back in here, y'all. That happens. That happens. Yesterday I went to work early because I went to work late the day before when I was hanging out with you guys. And I also did some like chores in the morning, so I did not come back into my craft room. So I still have all the stuff out that we used to make that clipboard the other day. You know what I thought of after the video was over and I stepped away for this little clipboard? I thought it'd be really cool to, I put some paper on it. Remember that paper, our cleanup paper from that day? Anyways, I cut some paper down to put on the clipboard. But I thought it'd be really cool to take the same kind of stamps that I used to decorate the clipboard with and decorate a acetate sheet to go over the top of it. So it would be layers of decoration. Then they could flip up the acetate and write underneath it. I was like, ooh, that would be cool. So that came to mind. Anyways, I just want to put this stuff away real quick. I'm sure you don't mind. We're just going to hang out. You know, this is super casual today. I'm having my breakfast with you. I'm drinking my tea with you. I'm cleaning up my desk with you. Super cash. I got to watch most of Craft Roulette last night. I think I got in about 7:30. That was fun. The parameters are fun, of course. And so today, well, I was thinking I can make a craft roulette card. Guess what? I didn't even turn in my craft roulette card last week. That happens to me more often than you might think. I've been watching that show forever. And I'm still at, no, I haven't even sent in 100 cards yet. I guess I kind of stink when it comes to that, but it is what it is. There's more ways to support, right? I probably have as many videos, I definitely have more videos talking about Craft Roulette than I have submitted cards. Anywho, I didn't know the crafter who was on, but she was really sweet and I liked her. She just went for it. She just started cutting paper and doing her own thing, creating her card, and it was great. I enjoyed it. It's always nice to get to know somebody new, you know? I'm not saying she's new to the game, but she's new to me. I don't follow a lot of the bigger card makers or typical card makers, I'll say. So it's a me thing. It's not a her thing. I'm sure lots of people know her. I'm just a little bit out of the loop of the popular card makers. Okay. Just putting away my stuff, y'all. Don't mind me. This way I can like get to my inks. Hey, TR. I can say hi to everyone. Hi, Valerie and Oliver. And hello, Heidi and Maddie. Okay, y'all haven't even seen me use this one yet because I don't know how to use this one. I haven't figured it out. I haven't figured it out yet. And that's okay. All right. I can get to my ink again. Alrighty. So, let's do something. Let's make card, and then I kind of want to make a journal, but I don't know. So we'll just see where the day takes us. Let me get all this off my desk. Where on earth? There it is. It's this. Found it. Okay, we can move on now. It's like the most important part of that die set for me. Can't lose that. All right. As you can tell from my Destash, I do like to keep things in their original packaging for the most part. That's what I prefer. Let's make a card. Okay, Craft Roulette last night, the parameters were a card for a lady or something like that. A lady card. I don't know, something like that. I'm going to put a lady card. Candy color. Candy colors? Obviously, it's very fresh on my brain. Candy colors. Camp/camping. And a belt. Because why not, Mr. Wheel? Why not? All right. Now, I believe the person that was on last night, I think her name's Justine. I can't remember. She, I think, is teaching a class. It seems like I think Mary might be having a lot of the people who are teaching classes at Paper Ganza on ahead of Paper Ganza. I could be wrong, but I think so. Okay. So I thought camping was really funny. Yes, Justine. Thank you, Angie. She was really sweet. You know, teachers, I just have a soft spot for teachers. Camp is really funny because Mary's card was very campy, but not like campy. It was like funny campy. It was so cute. She had this lady in a mailbox, with her legs hanging out. Oh, it was hilarious. And then Justine did more of a camping themed with like a fire and marshmallows and stuff like that. I was thinking you could do something of like a place you would go camping. You know, like a mountain scene, a lake, something like that. You could do a forest. You could bring out your trees and do like, you know, you go camping in the forest. So I was thinking that would even work if you don't have camping stuff. Here's another nice, like, you can make a star scene, you know, where you like look up at the stars when you're out camping and see the night sky. I think that could work. I'm not Deputy Heidi, but in my mind, you can justify that. So you don't even have to have a tent. Another thing is a happy camper, a little like camper van. I thought that was cute. Somebody meant, I think she had a happy camper on, Justine had it on her card as a sentiment. And I was like, oh yeah, that would be cute, like a camper. What do you guys think about that parameter? What else, what are we missing? Hey Flo, when you hear camping, what would you think? Linda, you did yours last night? Did you post it on Instagram? I'm looking. I thought, yeah, I was like, I thought I had a transportation file. I do. So I keep my stamps categorized by like theme. Here's a camper. I knew I had to have at least one stamp set with a camper on it. You know, like, and then like if you did the stars or something, this one says you make me a happy camper. Happy trails. You have a fabulous style. And looky there, I already have some done. I was also thinking a backpack is a good idea. A hike kind of themed card would be fun. Like take a hike. No, I'm just teasing. But yes, that's campy too. I was in Campfire and we'd get these embroidery patches when, you know, we did something. You can make something cute like patches. Let's see. Looks like I watercolored those. I already have some campers. I got lots of campers. I just had a ball making campers one day, apparently. And then I have all this other stuff too. And have a sentiment, happy trails. You make me a happy camper. So yeah, so many options. Little campfire. All these different things. The options, they're just endless. I'm not feeling it. This isn't what I want to use today, but what I'm thinking though, what would be super cute is taking, I have all these little kind of icons, these little things. If you took them, all your tiny stamps like this, and you could fill in, if you colored them in, well, you don't have to color them, you just do you, but you can make a cute little background. Even, I got lots of flamingos because a girl needs lots of flamingos. But see, you could color them up and lay them out on whatever, a mixed media background or a pattern paper background, and have like a whole patterned paper out of just the icons of small stamps. All right. That would totally work. By the way, when I destash something, if it has pieces in the back, that's just a bonus, because when I destash it, I destash the whole thing. So you'll get some of my stamps, you'll notice you'll get like masking things and all kinds of things. All right. Oh, cool. You got a journal say order. Good for you, Angie. I haven't been on their site in a while. And they gave you a camping themed paper. That is awesome. I'm going to do more of an abstract, because I feel like there will be a lot of campers and there will be a lot of s'mores and different things. I'm going to kind of do the abstract for this one, and we're going to use this. I'm going to stamp it on some watercolor paper. Oh my gosh, this is just a scrap, and how perfect. Oh my gosh, it's meant to be. I'm going to stamp it on this watercolor paper, which means the Memento Tuxedo Black is for alcohol markers. The VersaFine is for watercolor. You can use that one or this one. These are really close to basically the same to me. But anyways, either of these VersaFines would work for watercolor. Let's use this one. This is the VersaFine Claire. But VersaFine is just ideal for a stamp like this, because it has all this fine detail, all these branches. Also, whenever you're picking and you're working with Craft Roulette and you're working with the parameters, even though camping is the element, it doesn't have to be like the whole theme of the card. Like, we can do a nod to camping. Like, it can just be in your sentiment. It can just be some trees, which is the way we're going to do it here today. It doesn't have to be the entire theme. Good morning, Kat. Anyway, so we're just going to make a quick card. This is our warm-up. I'll try to remember to get it submitted this week. And then I think we might make a journal, y'all. Ooh, love that stamp. Look at that. This is called, I don't know why it's called Slapstick, but I think it is. It's Penny Black. I had heard Penny Black went out of business, but I don't know if that's true. This one's called Skyward. You might be able to find it in somebody else's stash. It's obviously not going to be in mine. I think it lends itself to cooler representation. So let's put some watercolor on here. I have been so inspired this week. I cannot even tell y'all. In fact, I need to get my journal out and write about it. I've been so inspired this week. Okay. Desiree, this is my towel that needs to be cleaned. I get it. I'm throwing that one out. When I say throwing it out, I mean throwing it to the side so I can put it in my laundry today. But Beth's love for watercolor is just taking off. That's Happy Place Crafting, Beth. And just her being so excited about it gets me so excited about watercolor again. I know the love of watercolor. I feel it deeply too. So I get it. So it's kind of infectious watching her discover watercolor and play. And I love that. Then I caught some of Diane, that's Messy Palette AU. I caught some of her live, I think it was on Thursday. I can't remember who she was crafting with, but they were making a folio. And I was like, oh, I need to make a folio again. And then Desiree put out a, let's do a wild kind of sky. Desiree put out a trifold card with watercolor yesterday. It was Art Impressions, I think was the company. And man, oh man, ideas were just flying. So, you know, I like hopping around as much as you guys do. And then T yesterday with her Asian journal and that panda, I don't know. Y'all just had me so jazzed this week. Dee Willingham, you have had me going too. I was talking about you the other day. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dee. Yeah, you had me going the other day, and I was sending everyone to your channel because of your when you cut your journals in half and then you do your reverse collage. And I was like, you guys just got to go see this. It's just so cool. I love your style. I just love you. I was joking the other day, Dee, and I was saying when I grow up, I want to be like Dee. But then I don't really want to grow up either. So there's that. I am eternally Peter Pan, I believe. Like, I know the reasonable steps that one should take to grow up, and I'm just not interested. Instead, I just spend my retirement on craft supplies and have lots of fun. Okay, so we're going to do a different kind of sky here for our camping card. And I think we're going to slap a bird on this, you guys, because, you know, I think some people go camping like bird watchers. Anyways, Dee, you're so generous. I've also sent people to you recently because you're so generous about showing us like your years of work. Like, I love it when you bring out your, first of all, I would chase you down any rabbit hole. Gladly, happily, just flying right down there with you. And I love it when you show your collections, your books, and you're like, you share just so openly with all of us. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kristen. Good morning. Did I miss a Destash? Maddie, I got a Destash going on in my shop. I sure do. I've been at this for 10 years, and my style has changed in that time, and I'm just destashing the things that I'm finished with. They're all great. I'm just done with them. I think we need some splatter. How about we make some golden stars? Oh, you know what I need to get out? I don't use this often enough. Dee, did you get me sold on this aqua bronze stuff? I don't remember if it was you or someone else. This stuff is so cool. I can't remember who I saw using this. Oh, you know who I think it was? I think it was Denise Love. I took one of her classes on, can't remember if I think she's on Skillshare. I think so. Anyways, I think I took one of her classes and she used this, but it's like a powdered, it's called Aqua Bronze. It's water activated, mixed with a little water. And it's a mica. It's really cool. I do really like it. Look at how liquid it gets. It looks like liquid metal. You had me going with those markers this week too. I didn't get them. I decided I would come into my stash and see if I had something that would react to water the same way. Aren't you proud of me? I have some Tombos and I never use them. Oh yeah, this is what this needed. When this stuff goes down, it just looks like liquid metal, you guys. Okay, I gotta try to look at that. There's subtlety that I won't be able to capture on camera that's on here, but yes, I like it. Now these are spendy. These are a spendy supply. But I really, really like them. All right, let me measure this scrap. This was just a scrap piece of paper. See what I'm working with. Okay, that'll work. Oh, what do you know? It'll work. For a 5x7 card. What? Grow up? Never. I know, that's my anthem. It's a trap. Okay. But yeah, I just had so much fun this week, just making the rounds, finally finding some time. I just took the time. And by the way, I'm off 4 days next week, and I could not be happier about that. I decided I needed some time off for mental health. And how am I going to exercise that? Spending time with my kids and in my craft room. In fact, I asked Desiree to come spend 4th of July with me in my craft room. Not physically, but here with you guys live. And we're going to do like a vintage 4th of July. And we're going to try to keep it to 2 hours. It's going to be at 7 a.m. I'll let you sleep in a little bit on the 4th of July. But yeah, I'm going to be off for 4 days. I'm super stoked. Okay. Water. It's dangerous, but I'm going to wash this real quick. Oh, thanks. We're just getting started. This is the camping part of my card, though. It's the sky that you would see if you were sitting at your campground. Okay. And lately, I've really been feeling birds, so I'm going to put a bird on it. I gotta decide which bird I want to do. I gotta decide if I'm gonna do Big Bird, not the Sesame Street Big Bird, just a big bird, or if I'm gonna do a small bird. I have these birds from IOD. That stands for Iron Orchid Designs. This bag is shattered. I know, the scale is kind of absurd, but that's also kind of what makes it cool sometimes. I'm not really creating a scene, I'm creating a collage more so. So things don't need to be in scale. It's not a scene card. I think this could work. Let's try it. If we don't like it, we'll ditch it. Don't know until you try. I need to grab some more watercolor paper. There we go. Back in business. This is the Be Creative watercolor paper. You get like, I don't know, basically a whole ream, like 200 sheets on Amazon. I think it's gone up recently in the last, I don't know, maybe year. I think it's about $30, but you get like 200 sheets of watercolor paper, and I really like it. It's nice. It's not as thick. Desiree got me going on this. It's not as thick as like Canson, and I love Canson paper too. It's better for like journal pages, and I don't know. I really like it. It takes water very well. I think it's very affordable when you think about getting so many sheets for that price. We're going to do VersaFine again. Hey, Beckon, how are you doing? So good to see you. I'm glad you're continuing on the sheet load team. I was happy to see that. We've got 2 new team members this year. It's not year, but this session, it's going to be Tracy from Not Afraid of Color, who I know and love, and Lauren, which is so cool. And I love Lauren Taylor too. I love all of her fandom stuff that she does, because fandom art is definitely, I have a soft place for it myself. Okay, so we've got this bird. Now I have to decide. We're going to fussy cut the bird out. I just had to decide like how I want to color the bird. Like what colors? That's what I'm trying to decide. I'm going to use watercolor, but I gotta decide what colors. Dee Dee, are you a big Kuretake fan? I am, but I've always struggled keeping my palettes, like what to do with my palettes. And I don't know if you saw this video, but I figured it out. I am using Velcro so that I can take the pieces out. If I want to like build a specific palette, I can still see the numbers, number 751. But now I can just leave my Kuretake palettes uncovered for easy access. I have struggled with this for years, figuring out how to store these palettes, and I'm real excited. Anyways, I know that Janet's a big Kuretake fan, because Janet and I are always enabling each other with Kuretake, but like, I didn't know if you were too. Okay. I gotta decide what color I want this bird to be. I'm thinking it's gonna have some gold. Why don't we do blue and gold? All of my watercolors feel sticky right now. My house is too humid. It's so humid, it's destructive. It's destructively humid. Anyways, even for anyone else who loves Kiritaki, and you might have missed that video, yeah, definitely try Velcro. I'm just going to do kind of a messy paint, I think, around these leaves. A little bit of green. I don't know how much of them are going to stay, how much of it will go. After this, you guys, I think I'm going to run to my kitchen and grab a paper bag, and I think we're going to make a paper bag journal. So hang on tight. It's going to be a blue bird with a gold breast. It's not being fashioned after an actual bird of any kind that I know of. It's just for fun. I may not even like it, so definitely not going to stress about it. Then I'm going to grab some gold. Nice. Give it a nice gold beak. All right. It's just that simple. Let's give it some gold feet on a gold branch. Yes, a paper bag journal. Thank you. You're welcome. You guys, my mom, I finally won her over to the dark side of paper crafting. I've won her over to junk journals. It only took me 10 years. She wants to start making them. So I told her I'd make her videos because she doesn't want to go through my 1,000 videos on my channel and figure out which ones could teach her how to make a junk journal. First of all, she's going to get in-person classes from me, right, at my kitchen table. But also, I'm going to make some videos that are just very simple. So you want to make a junk journal, you want to make a book video. And I'm going to keep them short. They're going to be recorded with a voiceover. And I'm going to show different styles and different methods. And you can all thank my mom for that. She's neurodivergent, like probably most of us here, and needs, or a lot of us here, speaking for myself, she needs short videos. She needs short content, and I get it. So I shall make it for her. So it'll be very beginner friendly. It'll be with simple supplies, very simple, very easy to follow. I gift my Destash items. I have no energy to figure out how to list them and sell them. I gift a lot too, Maddie. That's what's crazy. So I put 100 stamps in my Destash yesterday, but I put 50 stamp sets off to the side, some to give to the local senior center and some to put in orders. So yeah. But you guys, I was also on design teams. I don't sell those, the ones that design teams sent me. I just give them away if I don't want them anymore. But I just have too much. And yeah, I figure it's like when I go to our local creative reuse center, they have so many stamps that it takes up like 2 aisles, and it's just all piled on top of each other. I figure this way I can make sure that things go to a home where somebody actually wants them. So I charge $5 just to rehome them to somebody who actually wants them to get them out of my stash. Because I've given big boxes to people before, and then they end up, I don't think they end up really wanting all that stuff. Or, you know, I might not get it right. I might not know exactly what they want. So I figured this way people can get exactly what they want. Oh, I like it. I like the way the bird blends with his background. He's kind of camouflaged. That might not be what some people would go for, but I kind of like it. Now, we're going to hit them with some scorched timber. It does feel good. I was telling Desiree the other day, I'm ready to do like a purge of stuff. I'm ready to reclaim my workspace from the piles of stuff. There was this time where I was on a lot of design teams, and I just had so much stuff coming in that it just all kind of got out of hand. And then, you know, my style has evolved and changed just like all of y'all's. When you're in any kind of, you know, we're always growing and changing and hopefully and exploring and trying new things and discovering new things. So our tastes change. So it's just time for me to let go of what's no longer serving me. I may have hit that a little hard. It'll be fine. Yeah, it's just time to kind of let go of what's no longer serving me. Let's clean up my desk a little, shall we? I just so happen to have a website, Maddie, so that also makes it easier. Oh, this is the other one that needs to be cleaned, this other towel. Oh my goodness. This thing is hard to wipe off. I don't know why there's like hairs on this towel. They're not my hairs. They're not even like hairs. They're just fiber kind of hairs. And I don't like it. So that one's got to be washed. I did bring in a new clean one. Thank goodness. I think this is better washed. This mat, I think is probably better washed in a sink rather than with a microfiber, because everything just is kind of sticking to it. Let's try a baby wipe. There we go. Baby wipe for the win. All right. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Problem solved. Use a baby wipe on that thing. That is the waffle flower mixed media mat or whatever they call it. I don't know. I want to start holding on to memories for the rest of my life and not necessarily names of things. So I'm not even committed to learning the names of products at this point. I figure my brain only has the capacity to keep up with so much. So I'm going to try to save space for memories. And not cloud it up with product names. Okay. Here we go. We're going to do something like this. Then let me get a 5x7 card base out. We're going to layer this little thing up. Okay, card for a lady. Well, I think I could give this to a lady. This card needs a belt now. What I think I'll probably do what Mary did with the belt, and I'm just going to wrap something around it. I think we need, let's get a background paper covering the background, and then we'll wrap some thread, and then we'll see what else we might want to throw in here. Okay, I don't even know who needs to hear this, but, and I don't know if I told y'all this last week when I discovered it, but you can make a s'more in a microwave, first of all. That's the first thing you need to know. You just need a graham cracker, some chocolate, a marshmallow. Put it in your microwave for 10 seconds. Don't do more than 10. I know what I'm talking about. Sparkle of my Heart and I have been making s'mores in the microwave for years. So just 10 seconds will do. And then put that on top of Rocky Road ice cream. And you can thank me later. It's delicious. We're going to go back to this paper pad I pulled out the other day. It's just this one right here. She's really nothing fancy, but she kind of is, and I like her. She's just very mellow in the color department. I think we're on the precipice of having a new favorite term over at Craft Roulette, and that would be highfalutin. So I've got some highfalutin paper. I think this will make this card even more spectacular. Yep, sure will. So I'm going to put some highfalutin paper on it. And I'm going to cut this down to 5x7. Ink pads are everywhere right now. Whoopsie doopsie. All right. There's that. Singeing. Oh yeah. Some more microwaves. That's next to fire. I prefer fire. And if we had a gas stove, because I grew up with a gas stove and I'd make s'mores on using my mom's gas stove. I don't know if it was good for me, but sure did taste good because I like a black marshmallow. When we're making s'mores over a fire, I want mine to be completely encrusted in a black crust. Not brown, black. And I want it to be sliding down the stick because it just can't anymore because the inside is so melted and gooey. That's the kind of marshmallow that I like. So growing up, we had a gas stove and I would roast my marshmallows to death on that thing and make my s'mores. But we don't have that. We have all electric here. So microwave it is. We were at Costco, Sparkleheart and I, and we were looking for things. I guess it was last fall. I think it was for my husband's birthday. I was trying to figure out what to get that man. And she saw a s'mores maker, like some sort of contraption. Yes, Flo. I am team black marshmallow. And so we were in the aisle and she's like, oh my gosh, I have to have that s'mores maker so I can make s'mores. And I was like, no, you don't. You have a microwave. And a lady just started cracking up. She's like, you're my kind of mom. Like, just being practical. I don't need another gadget in my kitchen. The microwave will do just fine. Okay. This may not be the best card I've ever made, but it's going to work for Craft Roulette. Okay. So that tree is kind of like a belt, but I'll put something, I'll put twine on there. Let's grab some twine. We'll do brown, maybe, or blue. Brown. Some nice dusty blue or gray. That's more gray than blue. What's in the lower deck? Let's explore the lower deck. Ombre brown. I have really been into burgundy lately. Look at these blues. Oh, I know what I think I'll do. Oh, that won't be a belt. Can we just say that this bird is belting out a tune? His mouth is wide open. That's what we're going to do. That bird is belting out a tune, but I'm going to make a bird's nest with this. I'm just going to... You are too, Beth? Your team black marshmallows? Yeah. Let's put a little nest behind the bird. Wow, this card is interesting and special. Not my best work, but fine. That's the great thing about Craft Roulette is you don't have to be the best card maker. You don't have to have any experience. You just make it any way you want it. All levels, all ages. It's open to everyone. So that really takes the pressure off. Okay. Got a bird's nest. And it's belting out a tune. That's going to work for me. And we're going to call this quits. And I'm going to go grab a paper bag. And we're moving on. I'm just going to slap some double-sided tape down on here to try to capture some of that twine. Like so. That did it. Cool. That's not going anywhere. Now, put the birdo on top. Now, one thing about this stuff is it will get on you. Look, it's all over my hands. So I like to mix it with a little water and a little glue, like wet glue. And then it won't come off. There are people going to Paper Ganza that I didn't even realize were going to Paper Ganza, like Rebecca. She may have told me, but I didn't Rebecca Griffith. I didn't realize she was going. I'm so excited. I need to do some arm workouts because I'm gonna be giving a lot of hugs. So I should probably do some weightlifting and stretching. Definitely stretching before Paper Ganza so I can give as many hugs as people will let me. Bye, Esther. Have an awesome day. Okie dokie. Just cutting off ample amount of foam tape in little bitty pieces. Dun, da, da, da. All right. That should keep the bird in place. You guys, I think I'm gonna have to make this, I'm gonna have to give this card away like in my orders as a thank you card. I need more thank you cards. I don't make enough. I don't make enough thank you cards. So a lot of times I just include cards that I can write in that they may not say thank you, but I say thank you on the inside. A lot of you have sent me cards and I haven't sent one back and I apologize, but I came up with a plan to fix that. I think I'm going to start sending, I'm going to take a nod from my pastor and start sending a card a day. Even if I don't send it that day, technically, I'm going to write it and address a card a day. And then even if I just go and send it, you know, take them all once a week, I'm going to get caught up that way. I feel like in my life, I'm constantly trying to catch up. Okay. It's funky. I like it though. It's got so much shine. It's got like foiled paper and it's all glittery and a starry night, birds in its nest. And that's my camping card. For Craft Roulette, what number was that? 271 or something? Hi, Julie Jones. You're a hug person, Vicki Jensen. Well, I got a hug just for you. I cannot wait. I am so excited. Let me just put some of my toys up real quick. We're going to start from scratch. Put my inks away. All right. So there's that. Did you know statistically you have a better chance of being struck by lightning than winning the lottery? But I really want to win the lottery instead. And I want to just travel around and meet everybody in person. I promise to put it to good use. All right. Let me grab a paperback, okay? I think we're going to make a paperback journal. Just real quick, like. We're probably going to have to use scraps and things like that. Let me go grab one. Okay, I'm back. Yes, Angie, I'm a hugger. When I go to the office, I have to tell myself, the office is not for hugging. HR wouldn't frown upon that. Okay. Did you know there's two sizes of lunch bags? There's a giant size, and then there's like kind of more of a standard size. The standard size is 5 1/8 by 10 5/8, and the giant size is 6 1/8 by 12 3/8. So I'm just going to break this down, and I'll do this in a video. I'll make a separate video for this too, because not everybody watches the lives because it's just too much. I get it. I think the standard lunch size bag is perfect for 8.5 by 11 paper. And I think the giant size is perfect for 12 by 12 paper. So I have both. Now, this is my local Texas only retailer. Their brand, Hill Country Essentials, because we're here in the Hill Country, it's HEB. But I know Walmart carries a large one too. Their dimensions might be a little different. I don't know. But here's a giant. And here's a regular. So that's a thing. And let's make some paperback journals. I love paperback journals. I just take the paper bag and fold it in half. Okay. That's it. Take the paper bag and fold it in half. And I like the big pockets. I like big pockets, and I cannot lie. All right. Then back here, guess what? This becomes a pocket. When I'm making a paper bag, this little thing becomes a tuck spot. That's how I use it. But you can also trim off the edge over here and open in this side up too. So you can get double pockets on this end. The bag's a little more messy this way, but you can do that. When I'm using a paper bag, see how kind of rambunctious that is? All that paper, all those corners and angles. Ugh. I line my paper bags. I like to line them with paper. That inside part, it's all funky like that. This side I don't worry about. This side's fine. Just the bottom side. I put just a sheet of paper in there. Okay. Wham bam, we have a cover. Bye, TR. It's so good to see you. Hey, cool Johnny. Welcome, John Pounds and Jill Pounds. The pounds are in the house. All right. And let me trim this one. Okay. Gonna have to kind of separate these. See, yeah, gotta line that side. All right. Look at the difference in sizes between these two. It's quite a difference. All right, let's do this thing. This paper bag thing. I'm going to grab some 12 by 12 paper. Okay, got one. Let me grab a little more. And I'm going to grab some 8.5 by 11 paper too. you're going to get to see how quickly these can come together. All right, so let's take a look at the paper. All right, I grabbed 8.5 by 11. Let me zoom y'all out a little bit. We're going to need to zoom out for this. There we go. 8.5 by 11 for my small journal. 12 by 12 for my big one. Okay, that piece doesn't count. These pieces count. When I go to Hobby Lobby, used to be Joann's, or Michael's, I do like to buy their thin paper pads. These are the paper pads that have like 120 sheets or whatever, and it's not cardstock. It's just like typical paper, right? Like, and then I like to take all the paper out of those paper pads, and I like to tea dye it. So I tea dyed, and then 12 by 12. I grabbed 2 of the same sheet paper pad. So I really like these paper pads for journals. See long comment above. Okay. From you, John Pounds, or from someone else? John Pounds, don't send a card in return. Just give Jill and I a hug at Paper Ganza. Oh, Dr. Shrub will be there. My whole family's going to be there. Now, they don't have tickets because that would just be a waste. And we need to save those tickets for paper crafters. But we will be there as a family. So that's how supportive he is. He's coming with me. I love that guy. All right. So see, so I'm going to grab different pages. So let's grab 5. That's going to be more than enough from this. And you just, you know, you just have a field day tea dyeing these papers. That's what I do anyways. We're going to cut all these down to 6 by 12. You'll see in a minute. I also grabbed this paper pack. It was a whole whopping $1 a long time ago at Wally World. And we're just going to use some of it today. We're going to use it all. I need to use up my stash. So it's kind of, it's all gold. It's all like gold foiled and neutral colors. And I'm sure it's single-sided. Dun, da, da, dun, single-sided, which is fine. We know what to do with blank pages around here. We're not worried about that. I keep these. You can masterboard on these and then make journal covers out of them. So when I smash a paper pad, I always keep the covers. And that's why I can't get into my craft room, and it's a danger zone. Because I keep too much, probably. All right, so let's start with this one first. Did you get a count for how many ATCs to make? A lot, Angie. I did not get a count, but then this is how I figured it out last night. I was watching Craft Roulette, and I don't know enough. I need to get on Facebook already. I still haven't done that. And apparently there's assigned seating for portions of it. I don't know. But someone said they didn't know their seat number, and someone else said 128. So I think 150 is probably about right. I probably need about 150 ATCs if I want to make one for every person. I figure not everybody's going to want to meet me, or I won't be able to meet everybody. But I still want to have enough for the whole class. That's how I was brought up. So, cutting this down to 12 by 6. And I think we're going to have enough for 2 journals. I'm trimming off the branding strip. And I'm keeping it because I'm dysfunctional like that. And I can't throw this away. So that's a me problem. You don't have to. 128 are the tickets, but I'm not sure how many other people will be there. Yeah, I have no idea. I think some people are going to see me and just like kind of roll their eyes. So they're probably not going to care. And then I'll find my friends too. You know, you can't make everybody happy. I'm not everybody's flavor or cup of tea. I get that. I'm okay with that. Not everybody's my cup of tea. So I'm cool. I'm cool like that. But I'm much more open than that. Like, I want to make everybody my cup of tea. Like the person I was having difficulty with this week at work, I was like, I'm going to turn this around. I'm definitely the one that wants to be everybody's friend. I just have had to accept in my life that that's unrealistic. Not everybody wants to be my friend. All right, let's cut some of this tea-dyed paper too. And now this one's directional, so I want to pay attention to things like that and cut it a specific way. And this is directional. So these are non-directional. They have no pattern. These are directional. So I'm going to cut it this way at 6 inches. These are all being cut to 6 by 12. But this way, when I put it in my journal, all these things will be upright. Yes, yes. I cannot imagine anyone not wanting to see you. Oh, and oh, I got lots of stuffing to squeeze. I'm so fluffy. I'm very squeezable. Debbie J gives really awesome hugs. She's very squeezy, and I like it. I am getting so excited about Paperganza that every Friday night I dream about it. I dreamed about it last night. Last Friday night I dreamed about it. I like see Mary and I see the chatterbox and my heart just like explodes with excitement and I can't wait to be there. The only thing, it's like, it's kind of like Christmas. Like, what happens when it's over? You look forward to it for so long and then it's going to be over. I'm going to need another one of these. Because if I have cut up that much paper. So, let's do it. Let's just make another one. Okay. All right. Here we go. We got lots and lots of paper. We've got 2 of the giants. So we're doing the giant ones first with the 6 by 6 paper. And I'm going to separate out. Did y'all hear that? That's the sound of a Craft Roulette crinkling paper when I'm over here with my hands. Uh-oh. Because basically I got 2 sheets from each piece of 12 by 12. So I'm going to just divide those up amongst the 2 journals. Same thing here. I got 2 sheets from each one of these. So I'm just going to divide those up like so. Miss Sharon Caster. Well, I announced a Destash and we made my Craft Roulette card. Hold on, let me show you. It's not the best card I've ever made, but I do like it. The camp part is the sky. This is, you would see birds and you would see trees and sky if you went camping in most places. And then he's belting out a song. And this is definitely like candy wrapper color paper, the purple and blue. And yeah, I'll probably give this to a lady. It's made by a lady. Does that count? So I did it. I did it. Now I just have to remember to submit it, All right. There we go. I forgot to submit it last week. All right, we have our signatures divided. So now we have this equal amounts of paper for each one. So that's what we did this morning, Miss Castor. And then now we're making paper bag journals. I shared with everyone that it only took me 10 years to warm my mother up to junk journals. She wants to make them, so I'm going to start doing some real simple tutorials on junk journals. She won't watch this video. I have to make it a short video, like a 10-minute video for her viewing pleasure. But I guess I'm just practicing. So look, guys, this is going to fit in that paper bag just perfectly. See? And you don't have any scraps. It's just like it's meant to be. It's meant to be. So get you some giant paper lunch bags. Like I said, I know that Walmart has them. I scoped it out there already. I went to Wally World and said, Wally World, do you have giant size paper bags? Oh, you do? Okay, I can let people know that. And maybe your local grocery store. If you live in Texas, well, howdy. How you doing, neighbor? Check H-E-B. If I were to move out of Texas, I should say when I move out of Texas, that's one of the Texas things I think I'll miss the most is our H-E-B, our grocery store, as crazy as that is. That's true. I could like download this one. I'll just make a video. It's something I like to do. Okay, let's separate these out. Let's pick a centerpiece. I think I'm going to pick this as the centerpiece. All right. And let's build a journal, shall we? Let's pick a front. How about we do this yellow in the front? I'm going to alternate in these tea-dye 12 by 12 pieces. Like so. Building a signature piece by piece. And honestly, guys, I don't even know if it really doesn't need this much paper. Like it's just a one signature small paper bag journal. I think I'll keep these 3 pieces out for something else. Let's just take a look and see how it does. Yeah, I think that's, oh, we'll throw them in. We'll throw them in. It'll be chunky. It'll be fine. I was worried about it being too chunky. It'll be fine. How's this, cat? Is this getting you going? Getting your creativity going? Man, I really need to sharpen my paper trimmer blade or put a new one in there. Ah, it's perfect. See? How easy is that? We folded a paper journal or a paper bag in half. We trimmed off the end. That's all we've done. We cut a bunch of 12 by 12 paper to 6 by 12, folded it in half. That's what we've done. And we almost already have a journal. So the next steps. Let's clip it. Before we clip it, let's flip it and make sure nothing's upside down. And nothing's upside down. Yay. Now let's clip it. Yes. Yay, Kat. I'm glad. You have lots of nice grocery stores in Ohio. My husband will not live in the cold, you guys. I'm sorry. If there's snow, he says no. But we will visit. He already said, this is what he told me. He's like, look, I'll move anywhere you want to move. You know, he's so sweet. It's like, I'll go anywhere you want to go, move anywhere you want to move, but we have to visit in the winter to make sure that it's a viable option for me. That's his only request. I know, I won the lottery already. I found the love of my life. It's better than the lottery, but I know that snow is out of the question. Okay. The more you clip, the easier it is to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So just be excessive with your clipping like I was with that one. And you'll thank yourself. Let's do some more. Okay, we're just gonna, we are gonna sew these together, don't worry. But I have this other one over here staring at me. So let's put it together. And then we'll do the 8.5 by 11 size. So these are the giant size paperbacks. Snow and ice out. That's right, Kat. He really liked Florida, Kat. I think we just don't want to deal with the hurricanes. If there was not a chance of alligators and hurricanes, we would probably have moved there already. Those two things are intimidating. It's not for the faint of heart. Jennifer, I have been really thinking like California. I've always liked California. It's just so expensive. I love and would move to Prescott, Arizona in a heartbeat. And not because Tim Holtz lives there, although that is a bonus. We went there, my husband's aunt lived there, and we went and spent a couple of weeks with her, and I fell in love with Prescott, Arizona. There's mountains. I love mountains. It is a little landlocked. I kind of feel like I should live by the ocean, but it does have mountains. If I don't move to a place with ocean, then I need to move to a place with mountains. And it's just beautiful. I don't know. I really liked it. Now, back then, that was 2008 when I was there. I'm sure it's changed a lot since then. It still had a small town feel. I like a smaller town, but not too small. I like there to be about 50, 60,000 people. Is that a small town to y'all? That's a small town to me. Anything smaller is too small. Anything bigger is a city. Oh, really, Zenjen? Yeah. Yeah, I need the water or I need the mountains. I know, California has both. Tell me about it. That's why California is so appealing. I even liked Los Angeles when I was there. That was early 2000. I spent a couple of months there. I almost moved to Los Angeles. In fact, I'm glad I didn't, because I didn't have my hubby at that time. I wouldn't change a thing about my life, because then I might not be where I am today. I might not have you guys. I might not have him. I wouldn't change a thing. I might not have my sweet, sweet babies. You have less than 1,500, Vicky. Oh, yeah. Well, I grew up in a town like that. It's a small town, but somehow there's a lot of prying eyes. I don't know. I grew up in a small town, and I think I had my fill early on. But I like being on the verge. I like being like on the edge of the city. And country. I like living on the edge. Yes, San Diego, Kathy, is exactly the place I've been thinking about. When I think about California, I do think about San Diego. One of my brothers was in the Marines. The other was in the Army, but one of my brothers was in Camp Pendleton. I think that's the name. Where he did his boot camp, and then he lived there for a while until he went to Okinawa, and then he was stationed in Japan, which is so cool. My brother is the biggest rascal you've ever, like, he's the kind that, like, legendary folklore could be wrote about. And he kept his landlord in Japan happy by keeping him stocked with Coors Light. Such a rascal. Okay. All right, now we have this cute little normal lunch bag that we're going to take care of next. We're going to do much of the same thing, which is so brilliant if you pick your lunch bags and you pick your paper, right? So if you're going to do giant, pick your 12 by 12 paper. There's no scraps. You just cut it to 6 by 12 and you're off to the races. Kind of the same thing with the regular lunch bag and your 8.5 by 11 paper. Now, all I have here is just plain paper. There's no designs. It's just tea-dyed paper. So I'm going to get into my stash. I'm going to find some paper to use that has something on it. Just have to move a few things first. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. You're all right, Baz. Just bumping into things. All right. Oh, there's some birds. These are the birds I was thinking about slapping on my card. No. No and no, but I love that paper. Okay. Wow, I think I only came away with a few sheets that'll work. Sorry, I wasn't quite prepared for the 8.5 by 11, was I? Here's some coloring book pages. We can pick some of these. It is a junk journal after all. Hi, Sandy Peppers. Montana. Portland's nice. Oh, I love the Northwest. Are you talking about like a Portland, Montana, though? I've never heard of that, but it could be a thing. Montana is gorgeous. I love Montana too. I don't know. There's not very many places I've traveled that I didn't like something about it. Okay, I found 3 sheets of 8.5 by 11. These are all kind of duplicate, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, we've got something going on here. I'll have to cut this down to 11. Do that real quick. This is 8.5 by 11, and I think that's too thick. Okay, we got it. Yeah, baby, we got it. All right. Let's just take the easy route. There we go. Okay, now, here's the thing. What we're gonna do is cut this down. So this is about 11 inches, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get my ruler. My parents lived in Laguna Beach. And your dad was at Camp Pendleton. Yes, it was Camp Pendleton. Yeah, so it's like just over 10.5. Okay, if your paper is non-directional, what you could do is cut it at 5.5. Wait, no, you don't want to do that. Sorry. You're going to want to cut it. Let's do it this way. So it's about 5 inches. So if you've cut it at 4 1/4, you won't be able to get, you know, 4 1/4 is going to be too shy for this. It's going to leave a gap. But some of your pages could be at 4 1/4. Like this one, for example. What I did here is this is supposed to be a full design, like a full sheet of paper like this, but I printed 4 copies to a page. So see how that image is repeating. I do that when I'm making cards. So I'll take junk journal kits, and when I like a page, and I think it'll look good shrunken down, I'll print 4 copies to a page, and then cut them down into quarters, and I have something fun to throw on a card. But some of our pages can just be 4 1/4. Like this. Those I'm just going to put off to the side. Others we're going to cut, I want to cut more true to size of the paper bag, which I keep having to measure. I'm going to say 5 inches. So these we're going to cut at 5, but we're also going to have to either fold over or lob off some of the paper. So let's do that now. All right, we've got plenty of paper here for a little journal. Hey Cordelia, how you doing? Hey Zalstorm. Yeah, like I don't want to live in like a huge metropolis, but I wouldn't mind living close to one. That's what I like. I like living at the edge where I still get the slow pace, a little bit of the country vibe. It's not full on chaos. So I'm cutting this down to 10 by 5 by 10. And I think this is kind of the ideal size for the cover. It's 5 by 10. Yeah, for me, that's kind of ideal. But some smaller pages, I like peekaboo pages too, can pop in like this. Now I'm going to lose a little bit of my girly on this. On each on that side, but the other side will be fine. Not too much. So this will be a nice peekaboo page, okay? This is a scrap, but that's okay because you're going to want to make things to put in pockets. You're going to want to make pockets. So with these smaller journals, you will end up with scraps. Whereas the bigger paper bag ones, not so much. I'm going to turn this one this way. I'm going to cut it at 5 inches. I need it to go this way. So horizontal is definitely the way to go. You know what I noticed about Justine last night when she was cutting her paper? She has the same paper trimmer as I on Craft Roulette again. She has her blades in a different order. She has her, let me move these down. She has her scoring blade first and her cutting blade second, which is kind of, I kind of want to try it. I may end up messing up some paper as I get used to it. But I think that's kind of smart because I do more cutting than scoring. Now this side has a quote and I cut it off and that's fine. We'll cover it in the journal later. I pay attention to things like that. The little details. You keep your blades in this order, Vicki? Or in the order, because when I got the trimmer, see, I just kept it in the order that the trimmer came in. It had the cutting blade at the top and the scoring at the bottom. And I noticed hers last night and I was like, note to self. Self, you should try that. So far it's working for me. Oh, that's a bummer, Cordelia. You can't have both the blades in at the same time. No, I'm all about efficiency. That would not do for me. We're going to throw in some industrial grunge. Okay. Ooh, this is one of my favorite papers ever. It is from Bontique, Vintage Bontique Designs. It's a printable. It comes with a circus paper, and I love this paper so much. I know it's kind of weird to be like that. I just love this one sheet so much, but I do. I've printed it many times because I'm like, oh, I need that sheet again. Oh, there we go. Confusion is set in. All right. Okay, so this will be all of our printed paper for this little journal. Cute. It's got a vibe. I don't know what the vibe is, but it's got a vibe. And then let's bring in the just plain coffee dyed paper. And this one's, when I coffee dye, sometimes I get a little carried away and I rip my paper. It happens. Feeling better now about my lack of scoring blade knowledge. The scoring blade is helpful. You know, because, you know why I like it, Jen? Because I have kind of always struggled with the traditional scoreboards that have the, why is that not right? What is this cut at? It's cut at 5. Why is it? Oh, because I'm comparing it to the wrong sheet of paper. We're good. But yeah, I've always struggled with those traditional scoring boards that have the lines in them. I don't know. I've just always struggled with those. And with a score blade on a paper trimmer like this, I can measure using the ruler and then just score with the blade, and I have more success. Hi, Jenny G. You're not the only one. Yeah, this Spellbinders one came with both blades. Some do, some don't. I like it. I use the scoring blade, you know, pretty much every day because I'm like scoring my card bases, or I'm usually scoring something. When my paper's thin like this and I just need to fold it in half though, I don't feel the need to score it. I just try to line it up and fold it. But yes, this one in particular one does come with the white scoring tip and the gray cutting tip. And the good thing is your scoring blade like rarely needs to be replaced, but your trimming blade often needs to be replaced. So when you buy your replacements, the thing I like about the Spellbinders is that you can buy just 2 cutting blades and not both. You know, because you don't need that many scoring blades in your life. Because they score with they have like a metal tip in there. All right, let's put her together. We're going to put that short page in our opening spot. And we're not going to worry about that because it's a junk journal and we can cover that easily. Easy peasy. And this is just a coloring book, you guys, from the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree coloring books, or garage sale, wherever you can source them cheaply and expensively, are great for junk journals, I think. You could do this if you had 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. You can even make this size journal with 12 by 12. I just wanted to show you. It is ideal. 8.5 by 11 might be more ideal. Now you do have your scraps. With our first 2 journals, there were no scraps left behind. This one, there's scraps, but that's okay because you can make pockets and belly bands and tags and all kinds of things to actually go inside your journal with all of these scraps. Just kind of separate them out by size. Yeah, that's all our scraps. From making this size. Okay, so now we've made 3 journals. So let's stitch them together. grab a smaller paper clip for this top edge if I can find one. Oh, I just put some new ones on my desk the other day. These standard jumbo clips totally work. I need to refill my little, I have a little paper clip holder off to the side. I try to keep 4.3 million things on my desk. I like everything within arm's reach. It's the worst eyesore that could possibly, my craft room is the worst eyesore in the house, but I sure can't get to everything real easy. All right. Who's ready to stitch? I finally caught up reading the chat. I totally get how Bitty Penny can't read, craft and read. Oh yeah, it's hard at the same time. Yeah, it's a challenge. But what I like is how friendly all of y'all are and how loving all of y'all are, and that you have your own experience here in my lives, because y'all have your own experience while you're chatting with each other and then listening and watching. It's you know, y'all got your own thing going on over there, but I do try to keep up because the whole point is so that I can see y'all. Always, Zen I always have 4.3 million things. In fact, I'm too ashamed to show my craft room on the internet. But just imagine if something exploded. Nothing was damaged, but there was an explosion. That's the aesthetic of my craft room. Okay, some people don't like the way this looks when you poke through from the inside, and it makes these look kind of puffy. Yeah, it really doesn't bother me, but I know some people don't like that. I'm gonna push my awl just a little bit further through that hole so I can more easily get my needle through. What I like is that my craft room is so bad that people just look and turn away. They don't come in. Before you stitch into your journal, push your pages into each other very well. That's a good little tip. Little hot tip for you. Yeah, because as it turns out, I don't really want people in here. So, I mean, besides you guys, of course. So having a complete and utter disaster really helps with that. So I'm pushing all my paper in, you know, so it's nice and tight there. There's not like some kind of gap, because sometimes there can be a gap there. Okay. Hi, April. Good morning. We're making some paper bag journals. We made a craft roulette card. I have a Destash in my shop, and now you're completely caught up. We're making 2 different sizes of the paper bag journals. Okay, all my holes are poked. Let's get the twine out. Pam's here. Pam! Hi, Pam. Pam. 3 lengths of the height of your journal. That's what you need. And sometimes it might feel a little excessive, but you'd just rather have plenty. Hi, Nikki Jane. Good afternoon. Friend, how you doing across the pond? How's the weather? see, we've got 3 strings. The shorter string for the shorter and height journal, and the bigger strings for the bigger journals. Let's do this. Grab a needle. That one's kind of chunky, but that's fine. That's why I made my holes a little bigger, because the awl graduates in size and width. So the further you puncture your hole, the wider the hole is. And here we go. Off to the races. I'm going to show you guys how I finish off a couple of aspects of my paper bag journals. But, you know, obviously I'm not going to sit here for hours and decorate all these with you, because I respect your time, your plans, your life. Okay. So you always want to make sure your string is nice and taut. On all sides. Once you get past the intimidation factor of the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, it really is quick and easy. I understand there is an intimidation factor, but you know, you just have to work past it. And once you do, there is a reward on the other side. It's fast and easy. I haven't been on Facebook in over a year, I don't think. Maybe 2 years. I quit when I quit some design teams. I didn't have to be on Facebook anymore. And that was a bonus for me. But I should go on. I know I know so many of my fabulous friends hang out over there. I got some message the other day that I was going to get kicked off of Facebook, but I want to say that that was spam, because I haven't even been on there for 2 years. So why would you want to kick me off? Unless I'm missing something. But I think that was just some kind of spam thing. I don't know. Maybe they do want to kick me off. I have no idea. I haven't done anything though. Maybe it's like a credit card, like they kick you out if you don't use it. Take your privileges away. Here we go. Another one done. Okay, last one. Look at us just busting these out left and right. Pam's not awake enough to keep up with the chat. That's funny. I'm moving out of my current mess to a new studio and plan to start out organizing and getting rid of anything I can't find a home for. That's a good plan. You know, we keep talking about moving, so I've definitely felt like I should purge to make that, so that if we do decide to move, that I can make that process easier. Which means I should probably stop buying stuff, but I haven't. Apparently, I'm a can't stop, won't stop when it comes to craft purchases. Okay. Whoops. I just tore something. Oh, my cover. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, now all my clips. These clips you can get at Hobby Lobby if you're looking for them. You might not find these exact colors, but don't worry, they probably have better colors. Yes, you can get these at the Hobby Lobby. In the paper crafting section for like $1.99. I have an obscene amount, don't mind me. Bye, Vicky. Have an awesome day. Oh, y'all got to see my nightgown. Okay, so let's deal with this. I got to figure out my cover. So I'm opening it because I know some of the paper is directional. Okay. So this is my cover, and I could go so far as to write a C on it. C for cover. It's fine because I'm going to cover the cover. Let's check this one out. These are kind of fun junk journals because you could turn this into any theme. You could use some things and make this a steampunk. You could make it just, ooh, I almost dumped all my scraps into my tea. It almost got tea dyed. Yeah, I just feel like these could be any theme you want. They're pretty neutral. Just making sure my ladies are upright. Okay, we're good here. This is the cover. Okay, now I don't have to keep guessing. I've got my covers determined. Look how quick that was. We just made 3 journals, 3 paper bag journals, you guys, and a card. Bye, Kathy. Latest spam around here, Washington State, is text saying one has a driving ticket and it's not paid. Oh, gosh. I tell you what, it's just, I wish these people would spend time actually solving some problems in the world or designing software that would make our lives better. Why do they spend all this time and energy to rip people off? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Because they're working. They could just get a job, like a real job. A job that doesn't involve ripping people off. Because actually, they are working. They're just working to rip people off. Don't get me going. Okay, you're not getting me going. I'm getting myself going, but still. It's just, do better, people. Do better. Okay. So, let me show you what I kind of do. I have this paper pad. This was one of my Hobby Lobby purchases when they were having that big sale. And look, I've used so much of this paper already. It had 60 sheets in it originally. I have been a good little crafter smashing these paper pads. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. When you see these pockets like this in your paper bags, this is what I do. You can put something back here if you want it. Let's grab a pretty piece of paper. This one will be fine because to me they're all pretty. And you can go ahead before you glue anything down. This helps kind of reinforce your covers too. It gives it another layer, but you can put some backing paper there. I'm also going to put paper here though. Or you can just put paper here and leave the brown paper bag. You know, do whatever you want. I just want to show you what I do. And then you can take what you want and ditch what you don't. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, kind of make a mark. You could measure it. Always an option, but I find most of us people who make junk journals aren't big into measuring. But as card makers, you know, we have unlimited, we measure for the most part. Oh, gotta get used to my switcheroo. Okay. Good morning, Carmina. How are you, honey? All right. What did Cordelia's husband? What happened? Team anti-ruler. Yeah, there is definitely, see, I know that there's a division there. I think that that's why like a lot of junk journalers don't want to make cards, because they think most of the card stuff that you have to be really persnickety. And I think people who are drawn to junk journals don't want to be, they want to be persnickety, but they want to be persnickety in a different way than measuring. I'm just going on feedback that I've gotten. Okay, and then I cover the back pocket. See, so a junk journaler just kind of figures out where things need to line up, and they just kind of mark their paper instead of measuring. Whereas like a card maker in me, so it just depends on the day, the time, the moment, would pull out a ruler and go, okay, I need to cut this at 3 1/8 by 5 4/8. And a junk journaler is like, nope, got my pencil marks. And both ways are right. There's no wrong way to craft as long as you're having fun. Cordelia, if I go back and see what's going on with your hubby, well then I'm gonna lose the chat. So I'm gonna have to let that one slide. But hope he's doing well. Oh, identity theft. Oh gosh. I am so sorry. How terrible. See? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Can really wreck people's lives. It's just so disappointing, frustrating, maddening. All the things, all the bad things, none of the good things. All right. Now we've got this little flappy flap, and with the flappy flap, I'm going to put a piece of glue or a line of glue here and here. Don't need them anywhere else. I'm going to glue this down and make this a pocket. Okay. And now our back cover, inside cover is done. Of course, you could put like a cute piece of ephemera here. You can make things to tuck into the pocket, but we're just going to cover the foundations of paper bag journals today. So this is how I do it. So that's how I cover that part. Now, I definitely want to come in here also and line this side of the bag right here. And one thing I'll do is, first thing I'll do is I'll go in and add some glue and kind of glue those pieces together. You don't even have to open this side of your bag if you don't want to. You can just leave it shut. It doesn't have to be a pocket. But yeah, I'll go ahead and glue that all down so it's flat. And then I'll just pick like a random piece of paper. You could even use old book pages for this and take them in and line that inside pocket so things slide in and out of there easier. So let's do that. Ripped out some book pages. Did it off camera so no one cringes. Okay. Ruler. Oh, this paper is like so old and brittle. It's a miracle I can even use it. It doesn't need to go all the way down, you know, inside, but I do like a nice big piece. If you only do a little bit, then things can get caught on it, stuff like that. You guys, this is from an old medical book that was absurd. When I read parts of it, I was like, oh my gosh, no, we do not need to preserve that. Okay. Then you can use your ruler, kind of flatten it out in there, like so. And now it's no longer super funky. And I will cover this because this is not super strong, right? But this is. Suddenly, once you've started putting paper on some of this stuff, it does get really quite strong. Okay, I found some pretty napkins the other day. Look. They were $4.99. I don't know. It says compare at $10. I would never pay $10 for a package of napkins I'm going to wipe my face on. But we all know I'm not wiping my face on these. I'm going to craft with them. It was definitely worth $5 because I think it's so pretty. Let's use one of these to cover. Okay, so we'll do a little napkin play today too. What time is it? 10:12. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. This is going to be the last thing I do today. We're going to put this napkin on and I'm going to say goodbye to all of you beautiful people. Until next time. But at least we will have done quite a bit here together today. If you're looking for stamps, new old stamps, check out my Destash. It's on my website, bittypenny.com. Let's see if I can still paste it here. Nope. I pasted it back at the beginning of the chat. But yes, I am purging my craft room. It's only just begun. And Jennifer, it is absurd. It's absolutely absurd, but hey. I don't know. I don't have any way to rationalize it. It's just absurd. I don't really have any way to rationalize my purchases. Not even gonna try. So what I'm doing right now is I'm separating the layers from the napkin. And I keep these because, yes, I have a problem. But there we go. So this is going to be the cover of this little journal. I'm saying bye. Miss Linda Field, bye. Have a wonderful day in LA. Let's see. I no longer have a shortage of pencils on my desk, you guys. I adopted some from around the house and now have a surplus of pencils. So I'm just using this as a makeup. You find this in like your makeup section of Dollar Tree, this brush right here. It's a silicone brush that's used for putting on mask, you know, facial mask if you take care of your skin. I don't. But if you do, maybe you use mask and you already know what this is. Perfect for gluing. So amazing for glue. Especially if you tend to be a bit of a lazy crafter like me and you don't clean your brushes like you should. It's great because your glue just dries up on it and you just peel it off and go again. I can't tell you all the years I've wasted brushes not cleaning them properly. Too many. Hey, I saw a cool technique. I think it's a little too time consuming for me personally on most projects, but it is cool. Someone put Mod Podge on their project and let it dry. Then they put their napkin on top after it was dry and ran an iron over it with like a towel between them, but put it an like a, you know, an iron that you iron your clothes with, and heated it up, and the napkin melted to the project, to the dried glue. And I thought, dang, that's really cool. I'm not going to do that, but that's really cool. I might have been a little excessive with my glue, but it's okay. After all, it's a paper bag journal. We're not going to have time to sit here and watch this dry. But what I'm going to do is trim off the edges. And if you don't want to use scissors, you can use a water brush or a paintbrush with water on it, and you can trim it that way. So let me show you that. You just grab paintbrush with water, get your napkin wet, and you can tear it that way. Many of these things I know y'all seen me do again and again, but we've got new friends here. So I have to share all over again. Sharing is caring. There we go. Betty Penny, use saran wraps to press on it. Oh, yeah. I've definitely seen people heat and do like saran wrap. I'm not it goes back to me being weird about fumes. I'm not comfortable melting saran wrap and breathing that in, but I have seen people do that. And if you are comfortable with it, then go for it. And believe me, it's not that I won't do it in my craft room, but I do it in my kitchen. No, I don't heat anything like with saran wrap on it in the kitchen either. I'm kind of weird about certain things. Y'all are probably like, she's kind of weird about a lot of things. But certain things I'm just not too sure about. Plastic, heated plastic is one of them. Makes me a little nervous. Okay. So I think once this is dry, I'll come back and I'll probably add like lace here. And you know, it's not done, but it needs to dry. Just a quick and easy way to cover these paper bag journals is grab a napkin. I wish I could be a little bird. Whisper church. Jen, I need a bird like that. I know when Beth was doing her live on Wednesday and she was like, we all need to have better self-talk. I was like, whew. Yeah, I probably need to lay on someone's couch for that one. I got to pay somebody for that kind of session. Okay, so now we have the front and back cover covered. We've got this pocket situation, which it looks like I cut my pocket when I was trimming my napkin off. We're not going to worry about that. There's tape. And everybody likes to use it in their junk journals, especially if we make it look old. So let's just do that. Make ourselves some faux vintage tape and fix the journal. Make a couple of pieces. I'm probably cut it in more than one place. And then we'll cover the inside and that's it. We'll have one of these little journals at least, you know, it's a great jumping off point. I'm just using an alcohol marker. This one is Arteza. You can use any alcohol marker with Scotch tape and get that faux vintage tape look. Okay, where's my rip? There she is. Right there. Perfect. Torn no more. It's a tight little pocket, but that's fine. It's a little wrinkly. I'm okay with that. It'll flatten out more as it dries. Okay, let's do the inside cover real quick, like, and then I'll let you guys go. I'm just going to put this on here for aesthetics. Got some stamps. Oh, I know. Mama Juju, you're April. Did you get some stamps from the Destash? Awesome. Okay, let me, you can, you can glue this closed. You don't have to have a pocket like this gaping pocket in your journal if you don't want it. You can glue it closed. You can line it the way we did the other one with book pages, maybe. Make your journal even stronger. We're gonna throw a pocket on here. And look, I happen to have this scrap of paper right here. And then here, where this hole is, I think I usually cover this. So I grab a patterned paper. And I just cover it right up. Again, making your cover of your journal a little stronger. I have this from the card that we made earlier. It's been an adventurous life. Yeah, I love a paper bag journal. It's been a little while since I've made one. I think they're just a fun size to use and give, and they're fun to make. I mean, look how fast we made 3 journals today. Oh, they're just a bag of fun, aren't they? Just a little bag of fun. I think they take a lot of the intimidation out of, like, how am I going to build my journal cover? Well, you're going to take a paper bag and you're going to fold it in half and you have a journal cover. I think that takes a lot of the intimidation out of the process. There we go. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to put my glue here because we've got that thumb hole there. I like, because I removed so many layers of the napkin, and it's on a brown paper bag, it kind of knocks back the color. So this is what the napkin looked like with the white layers behind it. And this is what it looks like with the layers removed on a brown paper bag. If you put it on a piece of white cardstock, let's say you had a piece of white cardstock, you fold it in that half, you don't have to have a paper bag to take this simple concept of, like, building a journal cover can be easy. You could just use white cardstock. But anyways, that's the difference of that napkin. It looks much more like vintage now. I'm fine with it. I'm good with it. Just something to take into consideration when you're using napkins. So there she is. We could put a pocket here. I don't think this scrap really kind of works any longer. Let's grab a different one. These are just scraps from making the journal, but yeah, I could grab like a scrap like this and make a pocket. Hope you guys enjoyed the live today. We kind of just did all kinds of things. Let's reinforce it. I'm just going to fold it down. like so. Maybe straight, maybe not. Just kind of reinforce that a little, and I'm going to trim just a little more off, like that. Glue that part down. Okay. And now glue on the 3 sides to make a pocket. And that, my friends, is how I tackle the paper bag journal. Yeah, Julie, I know I have a split audience. It's not split in the middle, but I have an audience who likes junk journals only. I have an audience who likes cards, and I have an audience who likes both. So I just try to hit all, because I like both. And that's how that happened. I just try to give everybody a little something. And you know what? It took my mom 10 years to like junk journals. So give yourself time. And you may never like them, but mini albums are fun too. And you know what? We're happy you're here. We're happy you're hanging out with us anyways. I appreciate that. You enjoy watching it. Yeah, because you know what, Julie, you're smart, because you can get ideas and concepts to put into your card making from junk journals. Just like junk journalers can get concepts to put into their journals from card makers. Like, I really do believe the two are very harmonious together. I would say I'm a 75-25 kind of girl. I'd probably 75% card maker, 25% junk journaler. But then that also depends on the day of the week. There's a lot of variables. Okay, so this is what we did today. We made 3 paper bag journals. I'm not going to take up all of your day trying to sit here and decorate them all. We made a card for Craft Roulette. And I shared my Destash. I did not share all, there was 100 stamp sets. I did not share them all on screen. I shared 10. But you can go over to bittypenny.com and check them out if you're interested. No pressure, honey. You don't have to shop. Don't worry. I'm not worried, but it's there if you're looking, if you're interested. The shipping is $7.99 no matter how much you order. If you order 1 stamp set or if you order 50, it's just one, it's $7.99, one flat rate. Thank you, Angie. I will try to remember. I forgot last week. The parameters this week, I wrote them down and lost the post-it note. Let me find it. It's a card for a lady. Let me look at my card. I'll be able to tell you. It's a card for a lady. It's candy colors, like a candy box color or something like that. It's camping or camp and belt. So my bird is belting out a song. I think I need to put music notes. That's what I need to do. I need to add some music notes here so it looks like he really is belting out a song. He's got his mouth open, like me most of the time. But he's belting out a tune. So those are the parameters this week. Sala. We're just going to put some little music notes. This happy little bird. I know what music notes look like. I don't know what they sound like. So this could be an offensive song or a really nice song. I'm not sure. That's probably enough. But yeah, he's belting out a tune. So that's my belt. It's a camping sky. It's what you would see if you were camping, a bird, a nest, a sky. And the bright colors is my candy colors, and then it's for a lady. I'll probably throw it in April's order or something. I love you guys. I have the best time crafting with you. I know I'm terrible about keeping up with the comments, but I did better today. My main thing is I can't stop them. I can't go back. If I go back, I get lost. That's what happens. But if I just let it roll, I can keep up with you guys somewhat. But yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope y'all have a super awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I just can't thank you enough. It really means the world to me, and I am so grateful. I will be back with you on Monday. And on 4th of July, Miss Desiree and I are doing vintage 4th of July with you guys, if you're interested, for 2 hours from 7 a.m. Central Standard Time to 9 a.m. Just early morning, get the crafting done for the 4th of July. So I hope you'll come back and hang out with me one of these days. If not, I understand. I have some other videos for you too. But I love you guys so much. Y'all have a really great weekend, and I will see you later. Bye, everyone.